Last week, I shot with Franken camera, my Nikon V1 and the FT1 adapter, and the 70-200 f2.8 lens. Along with some strange looks from people after seeing my setup, I got some up-close shots of some flora and fauna. Okay, many of you twisted my arm. I said I'd never do this combination, but I am. I don't always like to, but I listen. And for this week's What I'm Shooting With this week, I'm going with popular demand. Many of you have seen me with the 24-70 f2.8 zoom lens. I resisted the purchase for years. I felt pressured to get it the moment I purchased my D800 a few years ago, but I finally went for it when I bought the D810. And I love it. It's a grudging kind of respect, but I do appreciate this lens. I love my primes, and I love shooting with them, but when I need the range and a real workhorse of a lens, the 24-70 delivers. This 24-85 zoom is no slouch either, but the 24-70 is giving you f2.8 throughout the zoom range in an extremely robust package. I think the phrase, often imitated, never duplicated, applies here. Now I shoot with this lens all the time, so you didn't have to convince me to drag it out. But it's not normally something that I'd shoot with my D500. Why? Because there's a wonderful DX sister to this lens, the 17-55 f2.8 DX lens. Similar range when adjusted for DX, same aperture, same durability. However, many of you have opted for this, a DX camera like the D500, and you like the appeal of this, the 24-70 FX lens. Now for me, I like the wider angles of the 17-55 on DX. Wide angle is a big part of my shooting style, whether I'm out in the wild, at a theme park, or just shooting around the house. I get why folks would want the 24-70 though. You lose some of the wider angles on DX, but you get the equivalent of a short telephoto on the long end, and at f2.8. That's actually a really good deal. Short telephoto always feels a bit awkward for me, but I like it for portraits. I just don't like it for much else. All of that being said, I'm going to challenge myself this week. I'm going to try to squeeze the most out of this lens in all situations right here on the D500. I will report back next week with some of my results.